Ma'am, you are on the live screen.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, all. Yesterday, we learned some financial functions. So, continue with the last sessions. We have to learn the more financial functions and more like functionality of that functions. And how can we use in our field? Okay. So, just like concentrate my screen. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Now, I expect from your side you are listening carefully, you are getting everything whatever I am telling here. Okay. Okay, fine. So this was the statement which we created yesterday. This is known as a loan amortization chart. Okay. Yesterday we created this kind of chart that is known as loan amortization chart. And for this chart we learn only three formulas that are very important for to create the loan amortization chart. The first one formula was PMT. PMT is used to calculate the EMI. Okay, everybody aware with this term, na EMI, that is equated monthly installment. And to calculate the EMI, equated monthly installment, we need three parameters. Now, what is parameters? Three compulsory parameters are loan amount, whether it is given or taken. Then rate, what will be the rate? Like you are charging or your financer charging, and then time, that is your installment, number of installment, and how many number of installment you will repay it or you will get repay from someone. So this is very important formula, you know, PMT, and I'm going to like give you the one brush up of that. In a PMT function, EMI, to calculate the EMI, we need to use the PMT function, In a PMT function, there are 5 arguments. The first is rate, that is fixed. So that's why I put it here the dollar sign. Divide by 12. Why divide by 12? Because the rate whatever given, that is annual rate, and we need to convert it in a monthly rate. The second is N per. N per is equivalent to time. So please make sure like arguments are clearly understood. N per is equivalent to time, whatever time I have mentioned here, and N per stands number of payments. Now PV is a present value of our money, whatever loan amount we are taking or whatever loan amount we are giving. Okay. And I told you yesterday, I already given this understanding what is inflow and what is outflow. If you are writing the amount without any sign, then it is inflow. And if you are writing the amount with by putting the minus sign, then this is outflow. So this is like default understandable by the Excel. But to convert the negative value to in positive value, we have to use the ABS function. We already use the ABS function, right? Absolute value. And absolute value is what? To convert the negative into positive. That is the absolute. Now the second formula we learn, that is IPMT. Everybody knows EMI is a combination of interest plus principal. EMI is a combination of interest plus principal. So to extract the interest, to separate the interest from EMI, we need to use the IPMT. Now, again, I'm going to tell you how I executed that formula, IPMT. Okay. Just a minute. This is IPMT. Now, IPMT stands interest. To separate the interest from EMI, you should use the IPMT. It takes 6 arguments. PMT takes 5 arguments and IPMT takes 6 arguments. The first argument is rate, that is fixed. And same, we have to convert it in a monthly rate. So divide by 12. Second argument, that is again a very important argument, that is period. For which period you want to calculate the interest. Third argument, that is again the time, that is N per. Recently we understood what is N per. And then H2, that is PV, present value of your loan amount. Maybe it is given in a negative value, but no matter it is given in a negative or positive because we use the ABS function. Then why we are putting a comma, blank comma over here? Because in this case, we don't have the FV, only we have the PV. The last argument is again optional because if we are not putting 0 or 1, because it takes only 0 or 1, either 0 or 1. But if we are not putting 0 or 1, anything you are not putting, you are keeping it blank. So by default, the value will be 0. Okay, and what is 0 and what is 1? Yesterday I given you the understanding now what is 0 and what is 1. 0 means second half. You will be paying the installment in the second half. And if you will be paying the installment in the first half, then 1 should be there. So today, first we will check how can we create the loan amortization chart with parameter 1. In the one case, the interest for first month will be 0. Because suppose you are taking the loan from somebody on first of any month, like 1st March, 1st Feb, or any of the month. And immediately you are paying the installment. First half you are paying the installment. So interest will not be there. Okay. So if you are taking the parameter 1, then interest will be 0 for the first month. Complete EMI, assume your complete EMI as a principal. Okay. So we are doing the practical for that. Now I am inserting a new sheet. Okay, and then I am creating again the loan amortization chart, but with parameter 1. Okay, loan amount. Same, I am taking 10 lakh rupees. Then rate 7.5%. Then time 60. I should type here the type also, no? 1. Okay. Now PMT. How can you calculate the PMT or EMI? Suppose I am typing here the EMI. But Excel doesn't know what is EMI. The built-in function to calculate the EMI is PMT is equal to PMT rate, that should be divided by 12, comma, N per, this one, comma, PV, then comma, comma, I'm taking from here. Okay. Then bracket close. And I should use the absolute formula as a outer function. Okay. Now I calculate the EMI. Now total amount. What will be the total amount after 60 months? You are paying this as a installment multiplied by this. So that's mean you will be pay after completing the 60 months, you will be pay 11,94,809. Then how can we calculate the total interest? Is equal to this minus PV. So this will be your total interest. Okay. Now suppose I am changing here. Instead of 1, I am typing here 0. See, now EMI will be increased by some around 150 or 200, and interest will be increased. But if you are taking 1, then interest is decreased by around 6,000 and EMI is decreased by around 150. Got it? Same thing you can create. Yesterday we created the amortization chart. Suppose I am taking here the month, opening, balance, then principal, interest, okay, and closing balance. No need to use your own mind. There is no need to do the calculations plus minus, only need to use the formulas. Is equal to PMT, PPMT to calculate the principal according to the So first I should enter here the months. Okay. $60. Okay. Next. Principal is equal to PPMT. I should use the ABS. PPMT rate, that is fixed, divide by 12, comma, per. Per is a variable because every month the value will be changed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So do not fix it. Do not use the dollar sign. Then N per. Throughout the life, the time will be same, comma, PV. Throughout the life, the present value of your loan amount will be same, comma, comma. Then use the type from this one. Use the reference, na? Type reference. Okay. Enter. See, PPMT principal. Your EMI is completely as a principal. Now calculate the interest, IPMT. Interest will be 0 because first month financial will not charge from your side interest. Why? Because you are paying in a first half. Because you are typing, you are taking the parameter 1 na, on the type as a type. Okay. So rate same, divide by 12, comma, per, then principal, then comma, comma, same you can take from. Use the cell referencing now. That is the good habit now. If you are using the cell referencing, then it's a good habit because only you need to change on that cell. That's it. Okay, now 0. Why 0? Because I told you na. See, principal. Principal will goes and then interest will. See, yesterday we discussed na. So how much? The total of the interest is equal to sum is equal to sum. Then take the total of interest. It should be matched by, you already calculated the interest na. See, this is your interest, you calculate manually, and this is your interest of a total of IPMT. And what would be the total of principal? Your inflow. Okay, now you can check the, you can create the amortization chart is equal to this, then is equal to this minus this. Interest should be minus. Okay. Oh, sorry. Principal should be minus this one. Okay. Now is equal to this. Just double click it. You will get 0 at the end of the life. Like after completing the 60 months, you will getting 0. See, before that it was on scientific format, but you should set it on number format. Okay. Now see, you completed the loan amortization chart. You can check here. If you are changing the parameter 0, okay, then your EMI will be changed. Everything will be changed. But if you are setting 1, then fine. So I'm sure amortization chart and these all 3 functions, whichever I told you yesterday and today also with different parameters. So now it is clear. Okay. Now one thing, PMT is again a very important function for, suppose PMT function is very important function for, suppose every month I have savings of 10,000 rupees. Okay. 10,000 rupees. And I want, or say, see, if just take the opposite. Suppose after completing the 5 years, after 5 years, I want 15 lakh rupees for my daughter's education. Okay. And the rate which is provided by the financer, that will be 7.5%. And time, what will be the time? 60 months. Now I wanted to know how much should I save every month so that I'll get after 5 years 15 lakh rupees. So just give me the answer. 15 lakh is a PV or FV? Just give me the answer. 15 lakh is a PV or FV? You can write down in the chat box now, but you are not writing. Just tell me 15 lakh rupees, whatever in front of you I have written. See, after 5 years, I need 15 lakh rupees. After 5 years, I need 15 lakh rupees. And in a bank or like financer where I'm going to deposit my amount, I'll get the rate of interest 7.5%. And time will be 60 because after 5 years, that's been 60 months. So 15 lakh rupees, whether it is a PV or FE, what? I'm waiting, please immediately type. Okay, no issue. I'll tell you. See, this is my FV. This is not my PV. I'm not taking the loan. I will get the 15 lakh rupees after 5 years. For that, I need to check it how much amount should I deposit it to the bank is equal to PMT. Now rate is this one. You will get this is your annual rate, so you should convert it into monthly rate. Then N per time will be 5 because you want after 5 years. Comma. Now you don't have PV. Just put it a comma. You have FV. And then comma 0. Wo second half or first half. See. You have to deposit 20,681 for that. 20,681. And you can calculate, you can make the amortization chart for that also. How you will get the interest and how, like everything, whatever I told you. But now please do it yourself. I'm not going to tell you. Okay. Now the next is PMT, IPMT and PPMT. After completing that, you should check the next formula, that is equal to N per. Suppose I have all the parameters, but I don't have the time. I don't know how much time it should take to return me back. Okay, so how I can create rate. Okay, same I'm going to create here also. See, after 5 years, I'll get 15 lakh rupees, and for that I'm having the savings of rupees 20,681. But I don't have the rate and I have time also. So how can I calculate the rate? It will be the cross check. Rate will be definitely the answer will be 7.5%. But how can you calculate rate? Is equal to rate. The function name is rate. N per, this is your N per, comma PMT. What is PMT? Your payment. You will be paying 20,681.92 every month. Comma, comma, because you don't have PV, you have FV. Comma 0. Enter. See, and then you have to multiply it by 12. Control 1, you should set it on 2 decimal points. See, you are getting rate as 7 points. So you can cross check it. You can cross check it. There is one more formula to calculate the time also. That is N per. How I can calculate? Is equal to N per. This is, see, we are cross checking the formulas. Okay. N per. First is rate. This one. Divide by 12, comma. PMT. This one. Comma. Comma. FV we have. Comma 0. How much it should be written? See, just understood the formula. N per. J3, I know the rate. The rate which is promised by the financer, where I am depositing my money. And I know the money, how much money I will deposit. And I know the FV. I put it here the blank comma because I don't have the PV. And then comma second half. See, you will get the 60 months. So you can cross check it in this way. So we learn again the important formula. First is PMT, IPMT, third is PPMT and ABS, then N per and rate. Okay, is equal to rate. We learn. So please do it. Regularly you should do the practice, otherwise you will forget everything. Only just you are joining the class, and if you are not doing extra practice, then you will everything you wipe out. Okay, now next. Again, these are the very important thing, right? Whatever I'm going to tell you here. See, everybody knows PV, FV, IRR. What is IRR? IRR is a rate where all the inflows will be equivalent to outflows. IRR is a rate where all the inflows will be equivalent to outflow. That is IRR, internal rate of return. So in Excel, you can calculate the IRR also, and you can discounting FV so that you will get the PV. Okay, so I'm going to tell you first. I'm typing here. Suppose my investments are 7 lakh rupees. It should be with minus sign. It should be negative because this is outflow. This will be the outflow. Okay, and I want to calculate my IRR. How much it will gives me the IRR. Okay, so this is my investment. And then first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. 5 years return I am taking here. 1,50,000. First year I'll get 1,50,000. 1,75,000. 2,40,000. 3,10,000. And at the end I'll get 4,20,000. Now I want to calculate. Suppose if company promises me this kind of return. So that's mean how much? It will gives me the IRR is equal to IRR. Make sure you are writing in this way. You have written in this way. It should be in a continuation. Your IRR is 20%. Your IRR is 20%. Okay. Now is equal to, you want to convert your FV into PV, and your all the PVs should be equivalent to outflow if we are discounting by 20%. So how can you discount? How can you use the discounting? For discounting, how can you calculate the PV? To calculate the PV, use the PV function. Rate should be IRR. There is no need to divide by 12 because IRR cannot be monthly. It is always the yearly. Then per means for which period you are getting. First period you are getting. Comma. There is no PMT. Mid of the like return, you are not paying something. And then FV you are having, comma 0. So this is your PV of 1,50,000. You will receive 1,50,000 at the end of the first year. So this is your PV and this is your FV and this is your PV. Okay, you can drag it. And if you are totaling it, then all the PVs should be equivalent to your outflow. And in a one shot formula, you can use the NPV is equal to NPV. Then rate, comma, values, all the FVs, enter. And if you are including E8 also, E9, E4, that's been your investment. So your NPV will always be the 0. Your NPV will always be the 0. Okay. Now, the thing is, I want to compare two projects. This is company A and this is my company B. These are the parameters of company B. Both the companies, I'll invest 7 lakh rupees. Here also I'll invest 7 lakh rupees. But the return of these, both companies have the different values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, first year, same returns I am taking. Control C, Control V. But company B promises me on the first year, it's just opposite, 4,20,000. First year, it is giving me the 4,20,000. Second year, it is giving me this one, 2,40,000, 2,50,000, 3,60,000. Okay. Now, I want to calculate the IRR for both the company. IRR. And then copy, paste. Here IRR is 40%. Here IRR is 40%. Now suppose I want to discounting this FVs with this percent. Like I want to take these returns. These return promises, company A promises me these returns. But same returns if I'll get from company B. So how much amount I should invest it? And what will be the profit or loss? Okay. So how can I take is equal to NPV. One shot you can discounting everything. Then okay. So suppose you are investing the amount in company B and you expect these kind of returns. So in that case, you have to only invest 4,44,306. That's mean how much profit you are getting? You can minus it 7 lakh rupees. 2,55,693. You have to invest lesser amount in company B because company B promises you the 40%. And if same amount returned by company B, you expect from company B, then you have to invest only 4,44,306. But if you are investing in a company A, so you have to invest 7 lakh rupees. Okay, so this is the way you can calculate the PV and NPV. IRR, PV and NPV. We learned three formulas, IRR, PV and NPV. Now same you can calculate the PV. This is your rate, comma, N per, comma, PMT is no, there is no PMT, comma, 0. Okay. N 7 lakh rupees. Same thing here. You can cross check it with the you can discounting it. PV. You are discounting it by 40%, comma, N per, comma, FV, comma 0. See. Here should be $sign. Okay. Now, see, you are having 7 lakh rupees. That's mean in both the case, your NPV is 0. If your NPV is 0, so that's mean you are calculating the IRR correct way. Because IRR is a rate where all the inflows will be equivalent to outflow. Make sure you are getting in a proper way. Make sure. Regularly, I am telling you, if you are having some problem, then you can write me. Suppose you are not getting in any one of formula, whichever I am telling you regularly, whichever I am teaching you regularly. If you are finding some problem, then you can write down in the chat. Okay. So like by default, I am assuming that you are getting in a proper way. Okay. Fine. So I should write here the formulas whichever we learn is equal to IRR, then is equal to PV. Fine. Now we can calculate the FV also. Now what is FV? FV is future value. Future value. Future value. Time value money. According to the time, the value of the money is always be changed. According to the time, the value of money is always be the change. So suppose you are having these parameters. Right? This is one. Your savings. You are having savings. Every month you are having savings of rupees 15,000 rupees. 15,000 rupees. Right? And the rate which you will get, that is same. I'm taking here same parameter 7.5%. In time, how much time? You will be deposited in on 120 months. After 10 years, what will be the value of your given amount? Listen carefully. After 10 years, what will be the value of your given amounts? So you can calculate is equal to FV. Now, FV, future value, then rate, this one. Same, divide by 12 because this is annual rate. You should convert it into monthly rate. Then comma. Now it is asking N per. What is N per? Think about it. What is N per? N per means time. So you can take the time here. Okay. Then comma. How much amount you are paying? 15,000. Okay. Then comma. PV don't have. Comma. You will pay second half. See, it is giving me the amount, this one. Why it is giving me in the negative? Because by default, it is assuming that you are receiving the amount, you are not paying the amount. If you are putting here the negative sign, then after 10 years, you will get 26,68,955. You can do yourself and you can make the chart also, na? First 15,000, then the interest you should calculate. Like I'm going to give you the like 1 or 2 example. Okay, 1, 2, 3, first or second months. So first I'll deposit it 15,000 rupees. Right? Then the interest of first month will be, I'm depositing in second half na. So first interest will not, I'll not receive the interest because I'm depositing in a second half. So the amount will be, closing balance will be this plus this. Now this will be the amount plus every month I am paying the 15,000 rupees. Okay, so now I will get the interest on 30,000. This multiplied by this divide by 12. Okay, now Same you can carry, na? You can click here till 120. But in this case, you can do the, see, human error will be there. But if I am calculating it with the help of formula, then human error will not be there. See, I can calculate like this, na? I should, this, okay, this should be fixed. See, 26,85,439. And in a single formula, I calculated it. See, in a single formula, I calculated it. So try to understand the things, how I am like creating the amortization chart, how I am making the statements. Try to do yourself. See, first month I'm spending 15,000 rupees and I'm not getting any interest. Second month, see, because every month I have to deposit 15,000. So in every formula, 15,000 will be there. Okay, so this way, this is the way how to calculate the FV. I'm going to write here the FV formula, okay, is equal to FV. You can write down the parameter also, then time, then payment, PMT, comma PV, comma 0. And PV is optional. Remember, whatever the arguments given in the square bracket, they are optional. Whatever the arguments given in the square bracket, they are optional. You can leave it blank. You can leave it blank. See, I'm leaving here, na, everything I'm leaving here, like whatever I don't have, so just leave it blank. In this case, na, see, just put it a 1 comma over here. Okay. So we finish the financial formulas. The financial formulas we learn PMT 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll give you one exercise. Do it yourself. Do it yourself. And I'm having the case studies. I'll send you the case studies. Okay. Anyone have some doubt? Anyone have some doubt? No? Okay. I'm taking 2 minutes break. Okay. 2 minutes break. Okay, we are going to start. So after completing all the formulas, whatever we learn, like we learn the formula of financial category, date category, and text category, numeric maths and maths category. Some statistical function also we used, like log function. We use the log function now. So that is the from the statistical category. Now we are going to learn the next important formulas. That is the lookup category formulas. Now what is lookup? What do you mean by lookup? If you understand the meaning of lookup, lookup means to find out the things. Lookup means to find out. Like lookup means to find out. So what is the shortcut key to find something in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, whatever you are using? If you are using the computers, if you are working with the computers, then definitely I'm sure you know how can we find the things in our files. There is a one shortcut key to find the values or things, whatever, that is Control F. There is a one shortcut key to find the value or whatever you want to find in your file. Then there is a shortcut key that is Control F. Control F is a shortcut key to find the values. But whenever we use the Control F, then Excel, Word, or in a complete Microsoft Office tools. See, whatever the office tools like Excel, Word, PowerPoint, these are also known as the IT tools for business. In any kind of tool, you can use the Control F. Control F is a shortcut key to find the value. But suppose you want to find the values and you want it should return back as the value. Is it possible with the help of Control F? Just think about it and just listen carefully. If you find the value, whenever you find the value, whenever you press the Control F, then a window is occur always, that is find window. In the find value, you can type in anything, whatever you want to find. For example, I'm going to tell you. I should open the screen. In a Word, in a Excel, anywhere you can find out. Okay. For example, you are pressing Control F. So this is the window. This is the dialog box which is giving me the title, that is find and replace. Okay. This is a title box. Just a minute. No, it is not sharing. Okay. Just I'm going to share again. Okay. Now it is, when I press the Control F, then a window is occurring, that is find and replace. There is a one window, the title bar. On that window, you can check titles written, that is find and replace. Whatever you want to find, just write here the find what. Then it will only shows you. It will not return back to you. It will only show you, not return back to you. So Control F is a shortcut key to find the value anywhere. For example, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, anywhere. Not in only Excel. You can find it in a Word also. See, here is a Word. Here is a Word. I am going to again share my Word screen. Okay. No props. It is not sharing. Okay. So whenever I press the Control F, it is giving me the dialog box that is find and replace. In a find and replace, there is a one search bar like you are having on the Google, na? Then in a search bar, you can write anything, whatever you want to find. So when you click type here, like you want to find, suppose you want to find size, enter. Then it is showing me where the size is written. It is showing me where the size is written, but it is not written me the back. It is only showing me. Okay, so we don't want to find only. We want it should find and return back us. We want it should find and return back us. So in that case, we need to use the lookup formulas. In the next session, we will learn the lookup formulas that are very important for us because every day we are getting lots of data from client side. In a large amount of data, it is not easy to find and then write that value. So we have to use the lookup formula. So next session, we will learn the lookup formulas. So be prepared for that. But make sure whatever the formulas we learn, you just thorough it. Okay. So like I'm going to end the session. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.